Hey folks, this is Drew Barrett and I'd like to welcome you to my YouTube channel. The video that will follow, I hope you like it. If you like it, just give me a little thumbs up on the button there. And of course, you can always feel free to subscribe and always feel free to share anything that I post. Have a great day. Hey guys, did you know that our strongest, most basic instinct is the will to survive? I mean, we're all born with it. Our brain is designed to keep us from pain. It's called fight or flight. In life and death situations, it works great. We fight for the things that we want. If you're injured and have to do rehab or have a surgery and have to do rehab and therapy, you must fight every day until you get better. If you're in recovery from, addiction or something like that, you must fight to get through that condition. If you have a troubled relationship, you may have to fight or actually fly away from that person to get that toxicity out of your life. If you have toxic friends, if you have bad habits, you must fight to stay away from those friends and bad habits and fly to stay away from those people. And the temptations that come from just the fight of the internal struggle that we have in order to protect you and your family. But in everyday situations, fight or flight can get us into trouble. Sometimes we fight when we should actually fly. Sometimes we fight when we should actually listen to someone who's trying to help us or take constructive criticism or show us the proper way to do something. Sometimes we fly when the going just gets too tough. Sometimes we fly just because we think we're too tired. Perfect example of this. This weekend we've had five huge potholes in our gravel driveway. We live out in the sticks. I can no longer take care of that problem. So Ethan, who will tell you he hates to do any kind of manual labor, came outside, brought all the tools, and we started at the first hole. Ethan had to dig a channel with a pickaxe and a hoe and a shovel from the pothole towards the yard so the pothole could drain so we could get gravel, fresh load of gravel on our driveway. Part 2, we went to the second hole, no complaints still. Part 3, we went to the third hole, no complaints still. Part 4, you could tell, it was a hot day, it was a really hot day on Saturday. It was a very, very hot day, on Thursday. Got to the 5th pothole, I could see the frustration in the kid who hates manual labor. So I stopped him, I said, come take a break, get some water, sit down, and we'll talk. So we sat in the shade. And I said, Ethan, you're going to have to retrain your brain. Now, if you watch my videos in the past, you know I say that a lot. And he's like, Dad, you say that all the time. What do you mean? Ethan has Asperger's. It's a form of autism. He's super smart, but he would much rather be inside than outside. And I said, your brain is telling you that you cannot do this. Your brain is telling you that it's too hard. Your brain is working against you. So we went up to the first 4 holes, and I said, look, you never even complained. You just did it. You got it done. I said, we're on the last one. Your brain is trying to tell you to quit. It's trying to trick you, and you are almost done. Do not fall for your brain's fight or flight. It's trying to get you to flee from the work. You have to fight to finish the job. He sat there for a minute. He said, I finally understand. I finally understand what you mean when you say retrain your brain. It was his aha moment at 19 years old. He finished the hole, had no problems. He put all the tools up, no problems. He came back to show his mom what a good job he did, no problems. He never got frustrated on that project, no matter how hard, no matter how hot it got. But sometimes we have to fly because we're depressed and we see no light at the end of the tunnel. Sometimes we have to fight to get out of that depression. I'm here to tell you how to fight. I'm here to tell you how to get through it. Now, before we get into these steps, I'm going to tell you, I will never say anything on these videos that I have not struggled with. I am not some $100,000 a speech speaker. I'm not some $10,000 a speech professional speaker. I'm going to tell you stuff that I have struggled with. If you read between the lines, I've been there. I've done that. I've fought through it, and I will continue to fight. We take a class every week. It's a class that the Chamber's offering, and it's a John C. Maxwell class. And they asked the other day, when is good enough good enough? And I told them, I said, well, I have a different viewpoint on that. I said, my viewpoint is good enough is never good enough. You never stop. You never plateau. You keep moving forward. Because when you've been at death's door, and I've been there several times, you wake up every day with a different outlook. But you have some steps you have to take, so we'll get through those. Step one, I want you to take a moment. I need you to grab a pen and pad. Take a moment. Do not try to do this in your head. Seriously, take a pen and pad. It's going to be worth it. Write down what decisions you have made in the past where you fought at the wrong time, or you flew at the wrong time. Now, this list may take you 5 minutes. It may take you 5 days, but get it done. Write the list. The amount of time it takes does not matter at all. It's what's on the list that actually matters. Now, step 2 is going to sound crazy, but I'm going to tell you to do it anyway. Step 2 is get to a place all by yourself. It may be on your boat. It may be in your car. Do not do this driving down the road. It may be on your front porch, your back porch, your decks, floating in a pool. I don't care where it is. Be by yourself. It may be sitting on the toilet. If you've got a lot of kids, as parents know, sometimes your only private time is in the bathroom. But get someplace alone. And I want you to read that list, no matter how long it is, to yourself out loud. There's a story about Abraham Lincoln's roommate, and he said he hated rooming with Abraham Lincoln because when Abraham Lincoln studied, every time he studied, he read everything that he was studying aloud. He read it aloud because he said, if I see it, I can learn. If I hear it, I can learn. So I'm doing the two best of both worlds. So I want you to read it aloud. I want you to read it aloud several times. I want you to read it aloud till you get tired of reading it. Then we're going to move on to step 3. Now, some of y'all may not like this. If you don't, honestly, I don't care anymore. But if you don't like it, you can quit following me. You can unlike me, whatever. But step 3 is I want you to pray over that list. I want you to give thanks for the mistakes that you made, but you learned from. And I want you to ask for help for the ones that you're still making and you're still having issues with. And you need to start working on those issues that you're having trouble with. You need to do that yourself. You have to take the first step. You have to have faith in God that He's going to help you, but you must take the first step. You cannot just sit there and go, well, I'm waiting on God to take care of this. You've got to make the first step. Now, step 4 is the funnest step. Once you've read it till you're tired of reading it, once you've given thanks, once you've asked for help, once you've decided to take care of it, I want you to wad that list up in the tightest paper wad you've ever wadded up. I want you to put it in a shredder if you have one. I want you to set it on fire with a match, a lighter, or a candle. Whatever you do, get rid of that list because you've already given it to God and you have decided to put in the work too. My mother has a cool, small blue towel. You may have heard me talk about it before. It's hand-painted. She got it at a craft show, probably in Beersheba, probably 40 years ago. But I always remember this towel, and you really have to look for it if you're ever at her home. It's so small. It's about 2 inches by 2 inches. And on that towel, it says, each day is a new beginning. Each day is a new beginning. I've seen that my entire life. It never really sank in until I got a little older. But this is so true. Every one of us has 86,400 seconds a day. The reason I don't say we've got 24 hours a day and I go down to the seconds is because I think that's a huge number. If you had $86,400 to spend in a day, and at the end of the day it's all going to be gone, I bet you would be very mindful of $86,400. But that's what we've all got. We've got 86,400 seconds in a day. The richest man on the world's got that much time. The poorest man does. The people that you view as successful have it. The people that you view as failures have it. I have it, and you have it. The problem is that some of you believe, if I only had more time. Well, I've got news for you. There is no more time. You have to start where you are. You have to redefine your fight or flight. You have to retrain your brain. I know y'all get tired of me saying that, but it's true. You have to let go of whatever happened yesterday, last week, last month, last year, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever happened in your childhood. You have to let the past go because Every morning, you have a brand new beginning. The first thing that I do every morning, literally every morning, is I get up and I give thanks just to be there, just to be alive, just to be breathing, just to be able to open my eyes, just to be not in a hospital. I give thanks. And you need to do it too. You need to give thanks for that new start. The past is the past. It's gone, people. It cannot be redone. Don't let the past occupy space in your brain rent-free. Don't let the past hold you down. Don't try to let something that happened to you decades ago dictate your life. Today is your new opportunity. So are you going to waste it? Are you going to make excuses? Or are you going to do every single thing you can possibly do to have a better day today than you did yesterday? If you are down, sit up. If you're just sitting there, get up. If you're standing there, move forward and keep moving forward. And as always, it's up to you. Hey, if this video has helped you, or if you have a suggestion to help others with tips on how you keep going when the going gets tough, please comment below. You never ever know who you're helping. Hey, once again, I'm Drew Barrett, and this channel is for you. If there's something bothering you or that you're struggling with and you'd like me to talk about it, just let me know. And thank you so much for taking the time to watch. And please remember, once again, hit the little subscribe button up there and check me out on Facebook and Twitter. As always, feel free to share anything that I post. Have an awesome day and God bless.